Matthew chapter 8, verses 23 to 27. Behold the King, seeing his authority, following his lead. Our last two passages have shown us Jesus' awesome authority over sickness. Now is his authority even over the wind and the waves. Since last time, we've skipped a few verses in which Jesus drives out evil spirits with a word and then healed all the sick people in the region. Why? Fulfilling scripture. Because Isaiah said he took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. Behold the King. But then Jesus leaves the crowd and orders them to go over to the other side of the lake. And as he does this, he makes it really clear there's a cost to following him. Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. The path of obedience nowhere promises security in bricks and mortar, in the here and now, even for the exalted Son of Man, Jesus himself. But it's not just Jesus. Another disciple said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." Jesus told him, "Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead." Challenging words that have echoed down through the ages. Follow me. That call must come first. Following Jesus isn't something we fit around our existing priorities. He becomes the priority, and everything else must fit around him or not at all. Crucially, in our passage, straight after that, the disciples do what Jesus said. They follow him onto the boat. They leave everything else behind to do so. See, they know something of the insecurity of leaving home and possibly leaving other close family relationships to follow the Messiah. So getting on the boat with Jesus and obeying Jesus, maybe you might expect it to be plain sailing from here on out. I mean, if we're doing what Jesus says, as we see, the storm still hits. And it's a bad one. It's terrifying. It's worth saying here, the sea, the storms in the Old Testament, and in fact many other ancient cultures, represent chaos, uncontrollable forces, often associated with evil. That's why in Revelation 21, in the perfect new heaven and earth, the picture language, we're told there'll be no more sea, no more uncontrollable chaos or evil set against God. But in the here and now, seas and storms still exist. And everybody knows a mere human being is no match for the wind and the waves. Only the Creator God rules the sea and commands the waves. Psalm 107 verse 29 says, "He stills the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed." And then there's a small little detail about sleep and trust. Psalm 3, Proverbs 3, sleep is a token, a gift associated with trusting the Lord who never slumbers or sleeps. Now, that's not meant to be a rebuke to those of us who struggle with insomnia. There's all sorts of reasons why people might struggle to get to sleep and might need all sorts of different help. But hear the encouragement of Psalm 3, verse 5. Despite all the enemies that were around him and against him, David says, "I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me." In our passage, we see another human being, one descended from David, who sleeps, even in a terrible storm. So with that background, the storm, the chaos, the sleep, let's now turn to the powerful Lord who calls us to trust him and behold the King. So Matthew 8 from verse 23. Then he got into the boat and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious squall came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us! We're going to drown!" He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up, rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him."